Subscribe now and press the bell icon. Never miss an update.
Ready? 5 seconds. The patience and wisdom being demonstrated by all of you in coping with the pandemic has been appreciated all over the world. I am confident that you will continue to maintain caution and act responsibly. Our relations are deep and abiding. Today, the ever-expanding orbit of our partnership encompasses the map of every single human endeavor. As economic partners, we have come a long way. The trading journey that began in the early 19th century with ice from New England being offloaded on the shores of Madras has today blossomed into a robust economic partnership laced with expanding trade, innovative investment, and new age technology. As the world's largest democracies, we are deeply connected with each other through our people and their aspirations. The bedrock of Indian and American society has been hardworking, middle class families, and that's what makes us understand each other instinctively. Over 4 million people of Indian origin have made America their home. They are a living bridge between the American dream and our vision of New India. Our bilateral canvas has many folds, but none more impressive than the one painted by the growing Indian student community in the US. You have been a friend of India in every sense. Time and again, you have shown your affection towards us in the most spectacular manner, whether by lighting the Diwali lamp at the White House, by joining our Prime Minister on stage to celebrate our partnership in Houston, or by mesmerizing our people by your address at the Motera Stadium yesterday. Your charisma and the grace of the First Lady have won you millions of admirers in India. Your visit has indeed opened a new chapter in our ties. A century ago, American enterprise led to proliferation of apple orchards in our countrysides, bringing prosperity to millions. Today, as we sit down to savor the fruits of that venture, India produced red delicious American apples. We will once again be reminded of the depth of our engagement and as much the prospects of our future endeavors. As neighbors connected by land and water with a long civilization friendship, it is only natural that we meet as frequently as possible. After all, from language to food, from dress to rituals, ours are sister civilizations, unique in their own right but also related. The sacred waters of Irrawaddy and Falgu have long been part of our religious beliefs, our spirituality, and our cultural imagination. And so it is a pleasure to host you as a family. Your meetings here would have reassured you that India remains committed to providing its fullest support for the expansion of your democracy and economic development. India stands for a stable, united, and prosperous Myanmar established through a successful peace process. And since peace is indivisible, the settlement of ethnic conflict in your country helps us ensure peace and tranquility on our shared borders. It is in this context that we are happy to help you by sharing our experience with democracy, federalism, and constitutionalism with you. To foster stable peace, we must ensure a peace dividend through prosperity. Connectivity between our countries is already expanding through the building of roads, use of waterways, upgradation of ports, and increase of bilateral air services. We need to widen such connectivity to include energy as well. Another important element of a peace dividend is the provision of capacity. As State Councillor Dao Siu Kai has said, she attaches priority to people understanding that they have the power to change things themselves. It is in this spirit that India is invested in capacity building in Myanmar. Myanmar has a proverb, and I quote, "The island depend on reeds and reeds depend on islands," unquote. This is to say our interests are interdependent, from which such wisdom are mutually beneficial partnerships created. May your pilgrimage to Bodh Gaya and the divine shade of the Bodhi tree continue to bless our age-old ties. It was today on Asad Purnima, some 2500 years ago, that the word of wisdom was spoken out for the first time. On attaining enlightenment, the Buddha spent 5 weeks in a state beyond description. Then he started sharing with people the nectar he had discovered. It was in the Deer Park in Sarnath near Varanasi, the ancient city in the eastern part of India, that the Buddha taught the Dhamma to his 5 original disciples. It was a momentous occasion unparalleled in the history of humankind. The day is also known as Guru Purnima. Hindus and Jains also celebrate it as a mark of reverence for their spiritual teachers. This day is an unbroken link to India's eternal pursuit of wisdom without dogma. I am happy to host the Purni Asad Purnima celebration in the Rashtrapati Bhavan as part of our civilization journey for welfare of the universe since time immemorial. The video message by the Prime Minister of India, seen by all of us just now, reflects the eternal values and positive approach of India. I am delighted at the very enriching message from the President of Mongolia, His Excellency Khaltamagin Batulga, read out by the Ambassador. I had the privilege to host the President of Mongolia as our honored guest in Rashtrapati Bhavan during his state visit in September last year. It was an occasion for us to deepen our civilization's friendship and to nourish our age-old Buddhist ties. I am told that the International Buddhist Confederation, or IBC, with its presence in 36 countries, is holding the celebrations around the world. We, however, are in the midst of a virulent pandemic that has overwhelmed the entire humanity. Perhaps no part of the world remains untouched by this calamity that adversely affects every individual. As a precaution, we have to follow certain discipline and maintain physical distance. The IBC is therefore holding the events virtually. I believe that such an effort is praiseworthy because this makes it possible for a far larger number of people from all corners of the world to participate in them.
Subscribe now and press the bell icon. Never miss an update.